Thank you for joining us for the 2023 NIH Directors Award. I'm Dr. Helene, the Director of the National Center for Complementary and Integrative Health, or NCCIH, here at the National Institutes of Health. And I am so pleased to be recognizing the contributions of NCCIH staff members being honored by receiving a 2023 NIH Directors Award. The NIH Directors Awards represent the recognition of a person or team's effort, talent, and vision by their own colleagues. These awards show our community that the NIH appreciates how hard work yields outstanding accomplishments, and they represent our gratitude not only for the accomplishments, but for the people who made those accomplishments possible. Ultimately, the NIH Directors Awards help our people understand that they and their work are valued. But more than that, I am struck by the fact that many of the awards that are presented recognize the efforts of numerous large groups of NIH colleagues working across institutes, centers, and office boundaries, and often with other agencies. And the goal of these research efforts are to help, ultimately, people receive the best care and achieve the best possible help. I feel that this speaks to the spirit of integration through team science and achieving a whole person approach to health, which are central themes for our center. Now, I want to turn my attention to our awardees and recognize NCCIH recipients of the 2023 NIH Directors Awards. In the scientific and medical research category, I am pleased to recognize the CMS NIH Leadership Subgroup to develop a resource for pain assessment. This group award recognizes several scientific staff members from NCCIH, from the National Institute of Neurological Disorders and Stroke, or NINDS, the NIH Office of the Director, and the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, or CMS. From NCCIH, we are recognizing Dr. Sakai Shidea Shihota, Dr. Lene Mudd, Ms. Sarah Rue, who is now at the Department of State, and Dr. Wendy Weber. From NINDS, Dr. Janelle Letzen, Dr. Leah Pogazzola, Dr. Linda Porter, and Dr. Laura Wanner. And from the NIH OD, Ms. Erin Spaniel. And finally, from CMS, Dr. Ellen Blackwell, Dr. Scott Lawrence, Dr. Sherry Ling, Dr. Lauren Lowenstein, Dr. Barry Marks, and Dr. Jean Stiller. This team successfully planned, developed, and launched a public-facing resource of pain assessment tools for healthcare professionals. This robust set of resources with validated pain and pain-related scales and tools to assess pain and track outcomes were collected from across several sources of validated and clinically meaningful measures. The full resource is now posted on the NIH Pain Consortium website. And now I would like to recognize NCCIH employees and contractors receiving the NIH Directors Award under the auspices of another NIH Institute, Center or Office. Miss Rebecca Coca and Miss Mary Beth Kester are being recognized by the NIH Office of the Director for their contributions to the NIH-wide Strategic Plan for Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Accessibility Working Group. This working group is being honored for its outstanding contribution to advance the NIH mission through development of the NIH-wide Strategic Plan for DEIA. Ms. Denisha Simmons is being honored by the NIH Office of the Director for her role in the Unite U Committee RFI and listening session teams. The NIH Unite Initiative U team focuses on understanding stakeholder experiences through listening and learning. The group award recognizes the U team for developing and executing two major public engagement efforts, the Unite listening sessions and a request for information on behalf of the Unite initiative. Next, Dr. Elizabeth Janexi is being honored by the National Institute on Minority Health and Health Disparities as part of a Scientific Medical Research Group Award for the NIH-wide FENEX Social Determinants of Health Working Group. This award recognizes the exemplary scientific contributions, teamwork, leadership, and support from each working group member. Finally, Ms. Jane Kolila, an NCCIH contract writer, is being recognized by the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases for her work as part of the NIH COVID-19 Treatment Guidelines Panel team. This group award recognizes the team's unprecedented rapid development of the NIH COVID-19 treatment guidelines, evidence-based guidance for clinicians caring for patients with COVID-19. This draws to a close NCCIH's recognition of our NIH Directors Awardees for 2023. Thank you for joining me and all the NIH institutes, centers, and office directors and senior leaders for this annual ceremony celebrating excellence, innovation, and teamwork across the NIH and with other agencies.